What's
Beyoncé
going
is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
It seems like Jay-Z's family is about to become a casualty in the drama that has become his life word on the street, is that Beyoncé and Blue Ivy are about to cut ties with them, and you'll never believe what just got leaked about their family. After Diddy became a subject of ridicule for the whole world a year ago, everyone knew that it was only a matter of time before Jay-Z joined him. After all, he was the last of the group to get exposed. First, R. Kelly was brought down, and now Diddy's in the hot seat and is about to lose everything that he spent his whole life working for because of his secret life and dangerous hobbies.
For Jay-Z to be linked to the malfeasance, the criminality, the immorality of Sean Diddy Combs, I think is very, very important. I've never liked Jay-Z. I've never liked his music, or I've never supported his music.
This morning, Houston attorney Tony Busby is speaking out again about the claims made by rapper Jay-Z through his company Roc Nation on Sunday. Over the weekend, a lawsuit claiming that Sean Diddy Combs a 13-year-old back in 2000 was amended to also accuse Jay-Z. His statement on Sunday slammed Busby and claimed that the attorney tried to blackmail him into settling. Then, late last night, Busby posted on X saying in part that no one has made any threats and Jay-Z's comments are bogus and laughable. He also called the rapper's allegations a, quote, coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally to avoid attention.
Of raping her when she was 13 years old. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough.
She says that she might have some facts wrong, but that she says the incident happened. What do you say to that?
You know, anybody, when they make up a claim, they can just keep repeating it and getting it right. But you never get the details right.
Now, this has gotten a lot of people talking, and there seems to be a general belief that Jay-Z didn't boldly deny the accusations through his lawyers because he knows he's guilty. And apparently his family knows this too. And that's why there seems to be a growing gap between them.
A lot of times people say things because they don't want to get themselves in a PR disaster. You can't be, write a check.
Hours after.
get?
Get a lot bigger. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg.
Supposedly, now that Blue Ivy is old enough to keep up with the news, she's been doing just that. And she isn't happy with what she's heard about Jay recently, and the rumor mill is buzzing with lots of gossip about what's actually going on in the Carter household. One of the standout topics is that Blue Ivy and Jay's relationship has taken a hit because of the suit that was filed against him, and Diddy and Beyoncé isn't waiting around to see where all of this drama is going to lead. So she plans on taking herself and the kids out of the equation before it gets too messy. Now let's not forget that Beyoncé too has been dragged into this mess. Many people believe that Jay-Z is just as guilty as Diddy, if not more than him, and Beyoncé can have been with him for as long as has been without knowing about what he was allegedly doing behind closed doors. So she could be guilty by association. Then again, a good number of people don't blame Beyoncé for anything. They think she's also a victim in all of this. And there are others that think she isn't so innocent.
Victims potentially, do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Ford?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
Allegedly, Jay-Z has been in the business of grooming minors for years now, and he supposedly groomed multiple people, ranging from average people to some of the biggest stars the world knows today, like Foxy Brown when she was 15 years old, Rihanna when she was 17 years old, and Beyoncé when she was 18 years old.
Clip, guys. If you haven't seen it, which I hadn't seen it till this morning when I saw this headline, Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quickly.
Crazy
Let's
that you
watch
haven't
Tyra
seen this.
pushing to get this out of Rihanna, and when it does, man, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
You had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
Yeah. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth. And she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or
still listen to any of her music or no?
Nah, it hurts too much. Like on her birthday, one day I was listening to it. I forgot with Nicolette and this girl Big Deucer, because she's a Aaliyah fan, and I was trying to write for a movie, and that shit had me crying. I was crying. I didn't like the way I felt. You know, that's something. It's a feeling that you have to learn to live with. But I was really in love with her, and she died tragically.
Dame, did that event ever want you to find out exactly who was behind it and what happened, or did you block all the theories that people were presenting behind it? Or was it like, I'm going to get to the bottom of it and find out exactly what happened?
I mean, I knew what happened, so I didn't have to get to the bottom of it.
Does what the media and the market write about what happened match?
If I know what happened, why would I give a fuck about what the media says? That's like saying I'm writing about my girl and I'm with her every day. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't do the media so much. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I've heard they said like, everyone to me gets their turn at some conspiracy.
Right. Yeah.
So again, when you know what people write about you personally, it's hard to believe everything that
I
you
agree.
read. So no, I don't. To me, it's an oxymoron to be famous or be known.
There was infidelity that was happening that night. Both of them got caught doing things they weren't supposed to do. I believe there might have been some DV that happened, and people who know Mr. Carter knows he doesn't have a problem with putting his hands on his wife. Plenty of people know that to be true. Solange is different. Allegedly, Solange is different. She's old school Southern, and she loves her big sister, even when her big sister makes mistakes. She stood up for her sister. The most interesting thing about that, though, can we look at that one more time, Andy? They come in and all of this, and then look, it almost looks like he's going to defend himself, but instead he prostrates himself, right? He lets Solange go nuts, and he sits there and acts. He knows that camera's there. He knows where all the cameras are in that place.
And since her hands were tied, all she could do was about it. But you have to be curious. Why? Why did Beyoncé stay in a marriage where she was allegedly being treated horribly? I mean, she has her own money and fame, so she can definitely survive without him. So why didn't she leave him? Well, there's one insane theory that explains it all. Allegedly, Beyoncé is scared of becoming Jay-Z's next victim. Just think about it for a second. Jay-Z, Diddy, and R. Kelly are all believed to be part of this secret group of big industry names who do whatever they want whenever they want, because they know that they can get away with it. Allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein was also a member of this group. That was why he allowed Jay-Z and R. Kelly to film the music video for Fiesta on his island. If you try to stab any of them in the back, well, you supposedly either get your career ruined or lose your life, which is allegedly what happened to Aaliyah. According to one conspiracy theory, Aaliyah's passing wasn't the coincidence they tried to make it out to be. It was planned. The reason why is because the higher-ups wanted to send a message so that people would know that nobody should mess with them. There's a reason why they chose Aaliyah as the perfect person to send that message out, starting with her history with R. Kelly, how he discovered her and then married her when she was only 15 years old. Apparently, he wasn't the only one who had an interest in her back then. R. Kelly, Jay-Z, and Diddy used to be much closer, and rumor has it that after R. Kelly and Aaliyah had
I know Aaliyah, so I know what he did. I can't be objective about.
And before anyone knew what was happening, Aaliyah and Dame had gotten into a relationship. Still, this didn't stop Jay-Z. According to Dame, he still tried to get her. But all of his efforts were proving to be useless. And since Jay-Z couldn't have her, no one else could. As Dame wasn't exactly as high up in their secret society as Jay-Z was. Jay-Z allegedly decided to take Aaliyah out of the picture to send a message. And that message was simple. No one can have what he wants now. According to this theory, Beyoncé, being fully aware of this, knew that she would never be able to escape Jay-Z just like that. And that's why she's been very quiet all this while. But now that his drama is threatening to ruin the lives of her kids, she doesn't mind stepping out on him no matter what the consequences might be. It's all pretty dark when you think about it, but at the end of the day, these are all just theories. None of these rumors have ever been confirmed, so it's possible that it's not actually true at all. But what do you guys think? Do you actually believe that Jay-Z is guilty of all that he's been accused of? Or do you think he's being framed? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.